Hi, I'm Bucky Fool. If I appear to be a bit more serious than usual, well, it's because I am. I was at a party last Saturday night. Some friends of mine came up to me and said, Bucky, what's your next commentary going to be on? Exactly what I answered them is of no consequence right at the moment. What does matter is the fact that after some discussion, these friends of mine convinced me that I ought to take a swing at NAFTA. Seemed like a good idea at the time. So, armed with clever quips about how all that duty-free maple syrup we were going to be able to ship south would certainly improve Mexican cooking, and the fact that we could provide all interested parties with generous amounts of free power simply by converting the hot air that the politicians had been throwing around about this free trade agreement, I settled in to take down a soundbite or two from last night's discussion. I won't insult even the intelligence of a high schooler by referring to what went on last night as a debate. But you know, when it was all over, there I was, staring right into the face of the fact that not only did these people not say anything funny, they didn't say anything at all. I mean, what did we learn from Mr. Perot last night? Basically, he spent all night saying all Mexicans are poor. So what? There are millions of people right here in this country that can lay claim to that distinction. Hell, by comparison with old H. Ross, most of us could. Al Gore, he was no better. His major contribution was to point up the fact that if we manufacture and distribute goods at a price equal to or less than similar goods of an inferior make, people would buy them. This little economic bombshell was first proposed by Henry Ford somewhere back around the turn of the century. It was perpetuated upon the American people by the Volkswagen Beetle in the 1960s, and it was executed damn near to perfection by the likes of Honda and Nissan from the 1970s on. Now the Vice President is telling us that after almost 100 years, the United States government might be just about ready to step out and test the veracity of this radical theory. Welcome back to planet Earth, you favor-currying polemic parasites. All of which brings me back to a theme you've heard me expound upon before. It is up to you and me. Now, there's a hell of a lot of tomfoolery goes on in this program, and that's good. Because life is such that it can stand a little lampooning now and again, just to put it back into perspective, and I am proud to be able to contribute my share. But when it comes right down to the end of it, and despite his more recent sellouts, old Abby Hoffman had it just about right. If you're not part of the solution, you're part of the problem. This NAFTA thing is a damn big fork in the road. And if you don't let those harebrained idiots down in D.C. know how you feel, you're going to wake up one of these mornings real soon with that fork stuffed right up your butt. Alright? Now, no matter how you feel about this, you've got just 7 days in order to make your mind known, if you've got the guts to speak out. Here's where you ought to send your comments. You want to send them to the Honorable Bernard Sanders, care of the United States House of Representatives, 509 Cannon Building, Washington, D.C., 20515. Now, I'm going to repeat that again for those of you on drugs. That's the Honorable Bernard Sanders, care of the United States House of Representatives, 509 Cannon Building, Washington, D.C., 20515. Now, get up off your ass and go make a difference. My letter went out in the mail this morning. Until we meet again, when I hope to be in a bit more jovial mood, this is Bucky Fool saying, what have you done in your own behalf lately?